Attention military veterans and military personnel. This is Tracy from Lakewood College, and I am excited to announce the new partnership between ETA Associates and Jamal King's Make Real Estate Real. Give me a call so I can see if you qualify to receive the Make Real Estate Real with no out-of-pocket expense to you. I can be reached at 1-800-517-0857. My extension is 700. You may also visit us at www.money4vets.com. Again, that is money4vets.com. You may also schedule an appointment with me through my text-only number at area code 216-678-9933. I look forward to speaking with you all.
If you're trying to figure out where to start over. That's where you start. Start over. But whatever you do, you know it's not working. Do not continue to do what's not working for the sake of your pride. Start over.
This week, our show is brought to you by our partner in crime, Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, green juice, can supercharge your life, restore that glow, and help you feel decades younger in just 30 seconds per day without having to worry about shopping for ingredients, mixing and blending them, and then cleaning up afterwards. All ingredients are USDA organic, vegan-friendly, and made without GMO ingredients, gluten, or soy. Where else can you get superfoods like chlorella, moringa, spirulina, wheatgrass, ashwagandha, and turmeric, just to name a few? So make sure you guys check it out at www.organifi.com/success. That's ORGANIFI.com/success.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What's going on, y'all? What it do?
Hey, I got crazy faith. Crazy faith.
I know that's
Jamal, Dr. King is in the building, straight off the road machine.
I need some of that right now, Maul.
Let's go,
I need
bro.
some of that crazy faith right now, Maul.
I feel like it's like 94 Bulls, and C just gave the introduction. And now.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Also, we got Douglas in the building, HBCOU. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of hot, though. I don't know who did that, but that's working. You know what I'm saying? It's working. Yeah.
HBCOU.
HBCOU. And we're joined via satellite. Is he ready? We're joined via satellite from the barbershop. We had a crazy day, but we were able to get him on still on the podcast to get us our joke of the day. Y'all give it up for Carlos Quinney III, straight from the barbershop. Hey. What's up, son?
Hey guys, welcome to Trey's Comedy Corner.
What's up, Trey?
What's up, Trey? Let's go. What you got for us?
What's the best place to do math on New Year's Eve?
Okay, Trey, what is the best place to do math on New Year's Eve?
Times Square.
Beautiful.
All right, thank you. Hey, happy birthday, son. Love you. Happy birthday, man. Trey birthday on the 4th. He's going to be 7 years old. I love you, man. You're a great kid.
Wow.
Happy birthday. Him and Pops, him and my dad, they got the same birthday.
Absolutely.
Wow.
All right, there we go. All right. You know what I'm saying? It's been I told y'all, everybody else doing the best of. Things is crazy. My son at the barbershop, you know what I'm saying? I got people. In the more exciting news, if y'all could see just out my window, I showed Carl and Maul earlier, but I got all my workout equipment being delivered. Maul is no longer the only one with a home gym.
Planet Fitness in the basement.
Now look, mine about the size of Maul stretch area. You know what I'm saying? But I still got one.
You got it though.
So listen, 21. I'm coming out. I'm talking about diesel. So They delivering it right now. So it's just been a crazy day. We got deliveries, we got podcasts. Listen, I just figured something out. This podcast would actually, Carl, be a lot less stressful if Maul and E just knew how to work their equipment. Because that's 90% of the podcast.
No question.
Listen, we spend more time trying to get their mics right than we do talking. So I told Carl, hey, just put up an episode where they just sit there all day like, hey, this ain't work. Hey, Carl, and poor Carl, every week. What?
If I was as talented as CJ, I would have had these problems. But God didn't bless me. It's like he blessed CJ. So we're going to have to take that up with God.
But let me just ask y'all, we do the podcast every single week at the exact same, like, Carl, am I lying? I'm talking about every week.
Same bat channel, same bat time.
And every single week we get ready to get started and Maul and E. It used to, I'm just being real, it used to just be E. Then Maul came on the podcast and it was Maul for a while.
Maul,
and now
one of the
E
things
back.
I can say for sure, Maul, is that when we leave the podcast, I don't take my podcast and throw it outside on the grass for a week. That's the one thing I can tell you.
So
I don't
why?
pour water on it. I don't do nothing to that joker. I come back to it a week later, and I'm believing that all the settings should be the same.
I'm believing that too.
Unfortunately, they not, Maul. So either... and I'm gonna be real. I'll be doing whole voiceover work and don't have no problems with it. I think it's just C. I just think it just be, I get nervous with CJ. He gonna try to call me out and dog me out on the podcast. So I get nervous and just be like,
Hey, you know what, E? I was thinking about this, man. I think CJ be sabotaging all of our podcast equipment, bro. I'm not even joking.
Hey, Maul, I'm not gonna lie to you, Maul. I watched players that was phenomenal under Coach Izzo. Them jokers couldn't hit a shot, bro. Iz had them jokers so scared, Maul, they couldn't hit a shot to save their life. And so I think what happens is when I do voiceover work, I get to be by myself. There's no condemnation, no critique. But when C get on, I'm like nervous, like, I'm about to be the joke of the week this week. And I'm trying to hit my buttons and stuff.
While y'all talking about it, do me a favor, make sure y'all all recording.
Oh, you know they not.
I'm recording.
I just want to make sure you're.
And see, you know what? Carl will do that for me. Carl will just throw a nice little text. E, you recording? C gonna be like, put it on the podcast. He ain't recording.
Hey, listen, I just like, again, it's an hour before the podcast and then it's an hour after the podcast and the podcast an hour. So I'm like, yo, this is actually taking 3 times longer than it actually should. Just because
maybe if we get a budget and you hire somebody.
I promise you.
Say it again.
Carl, Carl, you know I never did TGIM by myself, Carl. All I did was speak. I never had to touch no button. Now I got to touch all these buttons, do all this stuff. You set me up for failure,
I can't have nobody in your house in the quarantine, dog. You know what I'm saying? Or else I would. I
know what we need to do, E. This is what we need to do, bro.
What we need to do, Maul?
We need to go ahead and we need to join Solo Pro Creator.
I've been telling y'all.
Now that's what y'all need to do.
We need to go Solo Pro Creator
taking Carl
with Carl.
for granted.
Just go to the boot camp.
For granted.
Just go to the boot camp for like a week.
21 days. No, it's 21 days. And when you come out of it, Ma, you ain't got to ask no questions, sir. All these questions is answered.
I promise. All right. Well, that's enough. Again, I'm sure we'll
get to a podcast.
Hey, no, I'm serious, Carl. From now on, just record as soon as, don't even start when the podcast starts. Start as soon as, and then keep it going afterwards. Because look, this Maul every time afterwards. Hold on, Carl. Hold on. Hey, Carl, hold on, Carl. Is this? I'm like, dog, y'all
have you ever seen CJ inside a vacant building that need to be renovated?
I have not. I have not.
But let me tell you this.
I will tell you this. If I did, CJ will find a way for it not to get recorded.
Facts.
Right. We're going to start doing some recording.
Not to get recorded.
But
you know
listen,
what I'm saying?
though.
We're going to record all around. We're going to record. Let's record all around.
We're going to record what we do wrong. Don't talk about what he do wrong.
Hey, Carl.
I'm going to do that.
Hey, Carl, I promise you give me 2 years to do it every single week, and I will have it down in 2 years every single week. I only been in a couple vacant buildings. All right. Let's get back to happier times. How was Christmas? Y'all update us on Christmas. How did it go? I know we talked Christmas Eve, but how was actual Christmas Day? Everybody get everything they want? Santa came, blessed everybody, or what?
Everybody got quiet, see?
Okay, y'all didn't. Wow. No grown man gifts either? Wow.
Yeah, no. What happened was I didn't want to be the first one, Carl, but pleasant surprise. Didi and I thought that we were going to, not that we wanted to be alone for Christmas, But because of the quarantine, we just assumed we would be alone for Christmas. But of course, Michigan, as the virus, the coronavirus started to spread a little bit more, Michigan State shut down their in class and then also their intern stuff. So Jada was like, yo, I'm only doing online, so I might as well do online. And man,
in Cali.
Man, let me say, I'm gonna say something real quick because I think this is important. I can say it after everybody do their thing, but then also we didn't have no plans, on Jalen being here. We hadn't seen Jalen maybe the beginning of the year, January, February. So we hadn't seen him all year. So we didn't have no plans on him being here. And that was, a pleasant surprise. So all four of us were together. My daughter is the gift giver. So she's trying to, Cali on lockdown, bruh. So she's trying her hardest to get a couple things. So we did do a couple things. And here's what we also did. Believe it or not, bro, we had lasagna for Christmas. Jada made like a deep dish lasagna.
Oh.
And so, that was all we ate. We played Uno, so we didn't, it wasn't because of the quarantine, it wasn't a whole lot going on, but I think we were pleasant surprise that everybody was together. Of course, y'all saw Didi got to get her pick in. Yeah. So we took a pic, she put some pics up online. So
not the all white. Man, I saw the all white, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Looking like the mafioso, the Gambino family. You know what I'm saying?
But I do got a testimony right after all y'all finished.
We was quiet. It's nothing, and y'all could all attest, but it's nothing like Christmas with kids. You know what I'm saying? Like they're so excited, man. So we just made it about the kids. We got them a bunch of I'm talking about like, I wish I could show y'all the floor in here. It's still Christmas in here. It's everything. I'm talking about Christmas wrapping still on the floor. They just been living it up. But just a blast, man. Simple. My mom, Tamisha, and my brother's wife, Tina, they made it like old school. They cooked, like I'm talking about like half the day. Then they're cooking. I'm talking about like old school rice, mac and cheese, the whole night. They threw down, man. But just simple, like E said, we just kind of relax, watch. We did the Home Alone, of course. See, you got to do Home Alone.
Gotta watch.
Just
Home
quiet,
Alone.
Man.
For
Got it.
sure.
Just quiet and fun, man.
Love it. And also, happy birthday to Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that in there. Today's Jordan's birthday, couple days.
I'm gonna come back. I let them all do that and come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, everybody want to come. Hey, when y'all start sharing the rock? What is this about? Wow.
I don't want to be ridiculed for not sharing the rock, Paul. I'm getting nervous. I'm gonna get bitched.
15 years together, and now he just now worried about sharing the rock. Okay. All right. Well, hey, 21 is bringing all kind of new stuff. Dr. King, what's happening? Talk to us,
bro.
bro.
No, I'm just gonna keep it simple, man. It's just different. Usually for years, we always had this Christmas Eve party. I'm talking about where everybody come over on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And you come over, and there's a big party in my house, and you wear pajamas, though. You wear your whole family pajama fit. We have a professional photographer and all of that. But like I said, because of that virus, man, it was just the nucleus of my family, like literally just, my wife and kids. And, we still took our pictures. I got this hibachi grill in the house. And, so I had my steak and my shrimp and chicken. And, we created the hibachi and we just set up, man, as a family, watch movies. Then wife and I, we stayed up, putting together the gifts and things like that, man. But, it was different. So I appreciate different. I understand that, I missed the fact that my whole family couldn't be together, but at the same time, we're always together. So this was just something different. And we just learned how to enjoy even just the quietness of just, just the five of us. And so it was, it was different, but yet at the same time, man, it's just still a blessing, man, just to still be in the presence of, just my family. Because I know one day my daughters are going to be married, they're going to have their own family. My son is going to be married. And so I'm just like, wow, let's just enjoy the moment that we have together. So, that's how our Christmas was spent.
Beautiful. Same here, Mo. Same here. We, the fireside is blazing bright. Had a fire going, man. Home Alone, Carl, homemade cookies, left carrots out for the reindeers, just the whole nine, man. And Carl, you said it. This is like the most magical age. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where it just like, it's like, you just get to milk it for all it's worth. And so I'm just really, as a dad, trying to take in every moment because, sometimes you're like, man, you want things to hurry up and, get through certain phases, and you're like, nah, I really enjoyed it. Like the look on their eyes, leading up to it. And, they woke up at like 2:30 in the morning on Christmas Eve. Like, I was like, yo, go back to bed. It is not showtime. Santa gonna throw some sand in your eyes. So just an incredible time, man. And like you said, more different just because it wasn't, everybody. Usually we, be back in Michigan or my folks here or something like that. But literally just the squad. And so I agree, man. Same type deal. So, all right, everybody who passed the rock, now here it is back. What y'all got to say?
You taking it or you want me to take it?
Yeah, you take it. Yours is way more important than mine.
I got you.
I'll go.
I got you. No, so last night, C said it's Jordan's birthday today. He's 8 today, man. And last night,
man, happy birthday, Jordan.
Yeah. Maul, I told Maul, I finally understand what it feels like to be Maul right now, see. So I had, and y'all know how your phone can identify faces, right? So I did the little thing where I found Jordan's face and literally it put a slideshow together and I played like the video with, literally all his photos in my phone.
Yeah.
So a couple of minutes long. So I watched it and I was like, man, wow. Like, again, you see all the changes, whatever. So I let him watch it. I was like, bro, come check it out. I was brushing my teeth and he went and sat on the bed and he was watching it. And then I heard like crying. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? Are you okay? And my man, when I tell you emotion, like, overtook him. He was just like, yo, I am so happy. And I was like, say what? He was like, Daddy, I am so happy. Like, I'm sobbing, crying. I'm like it's kind of throwing me off because I never expect this from a child. You know what I'm saying? 8 years old and he's like crying. And I was like, yo, like kind of break it down for me. And he's just like, yo, I'm happy. Like, I'm loved. Like, and he was just going in and I was just like, yo, he was just like, it was like, hugging and like thank you, and I'm talking about like he was like no, we all got to sleep in the same bed tonight, like I just want to hug everybody. I'm like, yo, what in the world? But he was just overcome with emotion, and it just, when I tell y'all, man, it made me feel so good. Probably one of my top 3 feelings in life was just listening to him like express like, man, thank you for all the sacrifices, everything that you guys have been doing. Like, it makes sense, I get it. So huge moment for me last night, man. Tamisha was crying. Jessie was the one that balanced the family out. She was a fool. She was clowning like, "Yo, you crying?" Like she was clowning.
Right.
But she balanced.
You gotta have both.
Oh, it was perfect balance. But we just literally slept in the bed last night. He literally fell asleep just hugging the whole family. I was like, wow, God. Like, I slept terrible with them kicking me, but it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, amazing, man.
Yeah, that's great.
Happy birthday, man.
Yeah, so mine is a little bit more humbling. And I just want to say to everybody, delay doesn't mean denial. There are a lot of you who listen to us, and you listen to us for encouragement and inspiration. For a lot of you, you're not where you want to be. Things are not working out for you the way you thought they would work out. You feel me? And what I don't want you to do is get bitter. I don't want you to get envious or jealous. For real, wait on God. Wait on God. I'm humbled, y'all, because I personally envisioned when we bought this crib, I saw a room on the other side, I saw Jada in that room, and I saw Jada, and anybody that know Jada, they know it's weird, Ma, but she a Cali kid and she ain't from Cali. You feel me? But if you know Jada, she a Cali kid. You feel me? Like, that's her whole swag. And so I was just like, man, God, we gon', and I'm being real, Ma, like, I've done right by a lot of people, So it's not often that I call on people for favors, but normally when I do, I usually get it, Ma. You feel me? And so my daughter wanted to go to San Diego State University or Michigan State in the beginning. And so I was able to, kind of pull some strings for undergrad, but it was rough. But when I got her SAT scores back, she had a deficiency in math and science. And so I was like, yo, I'm not about to send you to a whole nother state, hundreds and hundreds of miles away from the crib, and you don't have your support system. Like, you're going to need your support system. Of course, I worked at Michigan State, the whole nine. Jalen went to Michigan State, see everybody. We kind of connected there. And so she ended up doing state. But for her grad, she was like, yo, since y'all moving out there, I want to do grad school out there. So I was like, bet. Ma, when I tell you, bro, I made phone calls. I'm talking about I went in, Ma. I made some heavy phone calls. and she didn't get accepted in a grad program. It was weird because we kind of made something happen for undergrad. You feel me? But she didn't get accepted in the grad school. And so I was just like, it's crazy. And I remember she came to me kind of nervous. Grad school letters had gone out. You know, her friends, Maul, had all got their letters. And they was like, where you going? She was like, I don't know. I ain't getting no letters. And I remember her coming to me hurt, like, yo, Dad, you know, I'm not to be disrespectful, but like I've made healthy choices in relationships. I made healthy choices in school. Like I made healthy choices. And it just seemed like, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't working. It ain't, you know, it ain't panning out, if you will. And I told her, I was like, yo, boo, I ain't gonna lie to you. You don't need 50 schools calling you. It's just like a man. You don't need 20 dudes coming after you. That's a rough decision to make. You know what I'm saying? You got to choose between 20 dudes. I'm like, you just want one dude to come at you who really love you. And I was like, you only want one school. And so time kind of lapsed, bruh. And finally, she got accepted at Michigan State University. And I was like, well, that's where you wanted to go anyway, really, right? She's like, well, that was one of my choices. And knowing Jada, she's real structured. So it's really better for her, Ma, not to have to start all over again, but to kind of build on what she built on. And so I was just like, wow, you know, I was like, wow, that's crazy. So she had to do intern work, you know, in grad school. So they had picked a particular facility that she had to go to right outside of Lansing. So she was like, man, I'll see y'all in the summer, you know? And so Didi and I was like, all right, you know, empty nesting is cool, but it was kind of like, man, Jada at the crib by herself, you know, and Carl will tell you, she going in. So Jada ain't the one that like, she going in, bro. Like she ain't going over their crib. She ain't going on the weekend. She's studying, she getting it in. And while I hate that this had to happen to the world, Ma, Jada, of course, end up, you know, Michigan shut down. So she was like, yo, Dad, I'm gonna come there, you know, and since I'm online and just study online. And it blew my mind, Ma, because it was like God was saying, she gonna be in California. She will be there. You feel me? She gonna be there. And the cool thing, though, Ma, is if she would have got into San Diego State University, because we just purchased a home, we would have still had to pay like triple because we'd have had to pay out of state. So she ended up being able to go to Michigan State, a school she's already familiar with. And by familiar, I meant, you know, see the portal. You remember Angel? They use something different, but, you know, she know all of that stuff. Yeah. And she's still here. And so I saw her out, you know, before the break ended and before the break started. And I saw her out on the balcony doing her thing. And it was just like humbling. Like just because God don't answer your prayer the way you think he should answer it and when you think he should answer it, it don't mean he not gonna answer.
Facts.
You know, and even for me, man, it was like when me and Didi flew here, I'm not gonna use the word deflated or defeated, but I will say disappointed, Ma. Like I got on that plane with Didi without Jada and was just like, yo, this ain't how I envisioned it, God. And am I off? I don't know if you ever been there, Ma, but you like, am I off, God? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't tripping, but am I off? You know, and he was like, no, you're not off. Your timing off. Your way is off, but you're not off. She is going to be there. And so, man, like I said, just to, for them both to be here for Christmas, you know, I could see, and, you know, she ain't going to, you know what I'm saying? The Queen D ain't gonna necessarily say it like that, but I saw the like, oh, sparkle. I got everybody here, you know, type deal. So, you know, anytime Didi is happy, you know, I'm extremely, you know, happy, you know. So, yeah, bro, that was my, you know, whatever. It's like, it was different than how I saw it or the picture that I painted, but I just want to say that all y'all out there, 2020 ain't been sweet for everybody. I know. You listening and you hearing, oh, this happened. Ma book came out, this happened. Carl doing it. I feel you. But know your time is coming. We do not serve a guy who is a respecter of person. He don't love Ma no more than he love you. Carl no more than he love you. You know what I'm saying? Now he might love C more than he love the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? But for the rest of us, I'm just being real. He don't love none of us more than he love y'all. I'm teasing. But for real, y'all, just know that your day is gonna come. Your time is gonna come. Don't get weary. Just keep doing the right thing, and your blessings gonna come at the appointed hour.
In due season.
Due season, yes, sir.
Carl, how my mic sound decent? Is it too loud?
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay, all right, cool. I'm gonna get into this, and I want to. I'm gonna speak as sensitively as possible, but if you have children of age in the car or wherever, I just want to give you a second.
Turn it down.
No, yeah, I just want to give you a second. Like I'm about to go somewhere, but I need to illustrate it with this point. So, you know, if you got kiddos, again, I give you 2-3 seconds to turn this off and pick it up later. when you get ready to do your thing, right? And so, all right, cool. Let's get into it. So my kids, and I want to say this again. I haven't thought this all the way out, but it just hit me this morning. Again, as I was thinking about Christmas, right? And we do the Santa Claus thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some of y'all like, you Black Panther Party, and you know what I'm saying? You ain't into that, whatever. I did it with my family. It was magical. I do it with my kids. Me and my wife made that decision. To each his own. I'm not judging you either way, but I know some people like, I'm not about to give credit to the fat white man coming, whatever. Cool, I get it.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
I get it, whatever. Shout out to my grandma neighborhood back in the day, though. They had black Santas everywhere. I don't know where it was from, but they must have had a wholesale on them joints. But everybody, the statues in the front yard, the glow, everybody had the black ones. Anyway, so we do it. You know what I'm saying? Like we and again, that was part of the reason I was, talking about Carl. Like it's good to have kids this age because, man, it's just magical when, you see they face light up or, the whole deal is just, it's magical, man. And again, man, we think about what we dealing with as a people right now, just with, the coronavirus, with, Black Lives Matter, the craziness that we're enduring, as African Americans in this country. Like, bro, I just want my kids to have, I love the fact that they live out there in a different world. You know what I mean? Like, life is going to get a little bit more challenging at some point. So I'm not about to rob you of this. So again, right. So and that's not where I'm going. This isn't a Santa Claus thing. Where I'm really trying to take y'all is, so like it's crazy. Like like Trey is, of course, y'all see him. He's a bright kid, right? And he's pretty intuitive. Like I ain't saying he's super book smart, like he gonna be a 4.0 student or nothing like that, but he's worldly smart. Like he understands what's going on. So I told my wife, I'm like, okay, he asking like more challenging questions this year. You know what I'm saying? Like he just like, yo, hold up. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, what reindeer? Okay, I'm doing the calculations. Wait, you told me Australia on this time. He just got a lot going on. And so, we milking it out as long as we can, right? But it's funny, as the day draws closer, he begins to believe even more. You know what I mean? Like, he like, yo. And then by the time Christmas come, like, it's like we full-fledged rolling, right? So it's funny because I'm looking and the packages are all, you know what I'm saying? They're all from Amazon. You know what I'm saying? They had the dough. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like 500 packages. By the time we got back from, Michigan, I'm talking about packages everywhere. Then the day after Christmas, we got, the trash, my whole garage is full of boxes, right? So I'm breaking down boxes and they got pictures of the gifts on the Amazon boxes. And I actually told Trey and Avery, y'all come out here and break these boxes down with me. So they're breaking down they boxes from their toys, from the Amazon people. Mind you, all the gift wrap, the exact same gift wrap that was just on their gifts is now out in the garage, like half cut up, half torn up, everything. And in my head, I was just like, I'm waiting to see if Trey gonna be like, yo, so what's up with the Amazon packages and the gift wrap? Look, everything look. Right. And what I realized, y'all, is they had gotten to a point of belief where none of the evidence that was before them mattered.
Watch your mouth. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. I want to go two ways with this. I know what y'all thinking.
Oh, you can go 8.
Yeah. I know, right? I know. I'm telling you, it hit me, and I was like, yo, this is deep. I want to go two ways with this and get your opinion on both of them. You have times when Maul's shirt says crazy faith, when it doesn't look like you think it should look, but you believe anyway. But then, I'm also concerned on the flip side of that. Y'all know I always try to go to the other side. When there's evidence that something is going wrong, but you don't want to, you believe so much that you don't want to look at the contextual clues.
Oh, shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
So what I'm saying is, on one hand, Maul, I look at you in the story of Lil Jamal, right? You got crazy faith. Everything, you go on 7 years, 7 years, you can't get, it ain't happening. All the evidence points to the fact that, you need to just let this go. And you keep driving crazy faith, right? You like Trey and Avery. You like, doggone it, I see the Amazon boxes. I see the gift wrap. I don't care. And that allowed you to have a son, right? That same mentality.
That crazy faith,
But,
right.
But I'm seeing people in my own life where there's evidence that you're making the wrong decision, you're going down the wrong path, and everybody's sitting there like, yo, you don't see the gift wrap? You don't see the Amazon boxes?
Yeah.
And they like, nope, it's not the gift wrap. Nope, that's a different gift wrap. You like, no. Look, let me show you. That's the same thing your present was wrapped with, dog.
Yeah.
And they like, I ain't worried about what you're saying. And so
that's good. See,
and so I'll let y'all take it from there. Yeah. It's tricky, right? And I'm thinking in my head like,
the rock around that's right on time. It's tricky.
Yeah, go for it, E.
No, Maul was going for it. Talk to me, Maul.
I was just gonna say it's tricky because, and I'm gonna bring your point. You just got to saying that, crazy faith. And when you look at the definition of faith, the biblical definition is faith is the substance of things hoped for. Mm-hmm. Now you talked about evidence, right? It's the evidence of things not seen. So where people was telling me when it came to the situation of my son, they was telling me, Jamal, look at the gift wrap. It's right here in front of you. It's been 7 years, man. You're not gonna have it. The evidence that I needed was faith. Faith is the evidence, bruh. So sometimes. Now I don't, and that's the crazy part about it. That's where that thin line is.
Yeah, it's a thin line, bro.
It's a thin line,
bro.
And when you was even talking it, I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, I'm hearing you talk, and I'm like, man, that's true what C's saying. Like, I see the gift wrapping, brother. You don't see the wrapping paper right there. You still believe in something but the wrapping paper right there. But then I'm literally sitting over looking right here at the urinal. I'm right upstairs. I'm looking at the urinal, and the urinal right there, it was done before something was conceived. I had so many people telling me that it's not possible, Jay, it's not meant for you. But yet my belief, my faith was the thing, though, that brought forth the thing that I was desiring. My faith, my sticking to it. Even though, one of my favorite Bible scriptures, even though things seemed wrong, Abraham decided to believe not on how things looked, but on what God said was possible. So sometimes, see, you're going to have to, whose report are you going to believe?
Yeah.
Sometimes. I ain't saying all times now, right?
All the time, Mark.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Every time.
Yeah, but you're going to have to, man, whose report are you going to believe? How many times have somebody told somebody listening to this podcast that, hey, man, you got a terminal illness, but it don't look good for you. My cousin had the same cancer and he died. My brother, he was sick too. He had a heart attack or he had coronavirus and he died. Bruh, sometimes whose report are you gonna believe? Sometimes, see, you gotta be like, God said, that
all the time.
All the time, bro. Exactly. Exactly. Thanks. You gotta sit back, man, and the person who believes that they can't do something and the person that believes they can do something are both right. You both right. It's all about your belief level and what you believe to be true. And even though sometimes, see, things might not look like it's in your favor or you might look crazy doing it, that's where that crazy faith come in at. And I said it once before, E, that, if something don't sound crazy, I got to the point in my life now, being the age I am, time is so important to me. And if something does not seem crazy, then I won't do it. I don't do things just to do things. I only do the things that sound crazy to other people. Why? Because that's where your true value is at. That's where you're going to see the biggest progression in your life is when you accomplish things that seem crazy to most people. And so that's what I say. But when you do things, see, that seem crazy to most people, it's not going to look like everything else. Everybody's not going to agree with it. Everybody's not going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a good job. No, they're not going to agree with you, bruh. And so according to your faith, be it unto you. That's one of my favorite ones. According to your faith, meaning according to what you believe, you will have.
Hey, I'm trying to think of an you can go, but I really need y'all help of the opposite. See, I'm trying to think of somebody that believed something real hard and didn't get it. That's what I'm trying to think of. Like, I mean, for real.
No. Yeah. So.
I can give it to you.
Yeah. No. So Carl, I'm not even talking about believing something real hard and not getting it. I'm talking about your actions may be destructive, or you're so blinded by what you want it to be that you're not accepting what it is. And so there again, we are talking about, Carl, the finest of lines.
I'm talking about this is the finest line that we've ever crossed.
This is the finest line because Go ahead.
It's not fine. It's not a fine line. We have created it to be a fine line because of our evil desires, but it's not a fine line at all. Right? So for those of you who are struggling with what CJ is saying, just go get a sheet of paper real quick. I'm going 1, 2, 3 you. I'm a 1, 2, 3 you. So number one, when you talk about faith or believing in something, the first thing you have to do is consider the source, right? You have to consider the source. So Jamal said God told him that he was supposed to have a child. That's the source, right? So if God told you you should have it, it doesn't matter what other people say. That's what God told you to do. Now, on the other side, there is this, you telling yourself something, right? So I'm gonna give you an example, see? So I was a teenager. This before I got with Dee Dee. It was these 2 girls that worked at this job me and my mom had, right? Remember what I said. Number one, you have to consider the source before you look at the evidence, right? You can't make evidence the source because evidence is not the source. And why do I say that, C? Because if you make evidence the source, and Carl can tell you this as a scientist, that what you can do, and this is why I always had a problem with theory, Carl, is that you can take numbers, Carl, and make them say whatever you want them to say.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that's why you can't start with the numbers, because if you start with evidence, you can make evidence say whatever you want it to say, right? So you have to start with the source. Who's telling you this, right? So I'll never forget, I was a teenager. I just got my whip. I don't even know, I just had my you know how I see when you get your permit, if you will. Yeah. And my mom let me get the whip. So we had this job, and there was these 2 red bones that worked there. They were sisters. I thought they was twins, but one was older than the other one.
You know, that's E-Swag.
Ma, when I tell you, bruh, I ain't even gonna get into the description. I'm just gonna tell you that.
But a pecan.
Bruh, when I tell you, Ma, I was in love with one of them. And I remember my mother telling me vividly, I ain't never told this story like this before.
I never heard it.
I remember my mother telling me vividly, she does not like you. She's using you. I remember my mother telling me vividly. I get my mother on the phone right now, Ma. My mother told me she does not like you. She's older than you, but you have a car. And you can pick her up.
Say you had a little cougar? You had a little cougar crush?
Yeah. And I don't mean that much. See, she might have been like a senior, and I was a freshman or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Sophomore. And so I'll never forget, Ma. I had a little money. We was working. She would have me getting her lunch. She had me doing all kind of stuff, bruh. Picking her up, dropping her off at the crib, picking her up for work. Yeah. You know, and my mom was like, yo, I'm trying to tell you that this girl don't like you. Yeah. She just using you. But Ma, I'm like, whatever. You just saying that because you my mother. I'm not considering the source, Ma. She a stranger.
He said,
I don't know her no more than...
I'm trying to be used. You know
what I'm saying? Like, I don't know her no man. We haven't kissed, Ma. We didn't have sex. We ain't held hands. I just puppy love. And my mother kept saying to me, I'm telling you, son, she don't like you like that. And I still didn't listen to my mom. And I'll never forget, Ma. I'll never forget. I ain't told C this because I know he go make it into a joke one day. So it's a couple things I kept from me, Ma, because I can see him using it against me, Ma.
Hey, here it come. You already know.
Ma,
it's a wrap.
Ma, on life, Ma. On life, Ma. One day I just got in the whip and was like, yo, I'm just going to ride by the crib. I'm just gonna ride by the crib, Ma. I drove by the crib, Ma, and she had a boyfriend, Ma.
Oh, for sure.
She ain't never told me about my man. You could tell he was like a dope dealer kind of dude, older dude. Bruh, I don't even know if she
name
saw
Cuddy?
me. Oh, bruh, it was on St. Look, for those of you from Detroit listening to me, they lived on St. Mary's. Like St. Mary's near Outer Drive. I drove right past their mall. I looked and saw her with my man, turned around, never talked to her again. But listen to me very closely.
Was you heartbroken though? What was you feeling?
Oh, my heart was ripped in pieces. Pissed. But my mom was trying to tell me like, yo, I'm from the Chi, son. I've been around the world and I got pregnant early thinking somebody loved me. Yeah. Like, you feel me? Like, I got beat by somebody older. I got beat thinking I was the only one and he had, you know what I'm saying? Like, he had somebody else he was with. I got beat, son. I'm not trying to tell you this because I'm trying to stop you. But Ma, the evidence, I never saw the evidence. I couldn't see, Ma, because I had already come to a conclusion. But
right. Whoa, don't go past that. Don't go past that.
No question, see?
Don't go past that. You said I already came to a conclusion.
I already came to a conclusion.
Listen, stay there. Don't. No. That was the ticket right there.
That was it.
That was the ticket.
So that's why I said, Maul, I wasn't listening to God. I wasn't listening to my mom. I had already come to a conclusion. And so I was trying to get evidence to prove. Well, Ma, she asked me to pick her up. Well, Ma, she asked me to get lunch for her. Well, Ma, she called me. And my mother was like, call you for what, though? She ain't call you because she care about you. She ain't bought you no lunch. She ain't picked you up. She ain't invited you in her house. Like, it's just some stuff you not seeing, son.
So this is dangerous, E, but I don't want you to go.
Yeah, take your time, see?
Because here's the thing. This is important because this is a lot of you, and I want to make sure this gets drilled home. I don't want to go past this. What happens when you already have your conclusion? What you do is you spend every waking moment trying to go after things to prove that conclusion that you've already come to. So again,
and I say, and we see it right now in the country, Ma. You got some people who, see no mask, and some people mask. It's like, bruh, you ain't even going with the science. You're not even going with evidence. You just going with if you're a Republican or a Democrat. I don't care about neither one of them.
Right.
I want to know what's the science. Should we wear masks? Should we not wear masks? Should we stay out of people's face? Should we stay in people's face? Like, I want to know the math, bro.
So
like,
can
give me the science.
Can I be transparent? And then, and I promise you, Maul, be quiet. I'm not trying to go here. This is on both of us. I'm gonna tell you what me and Maul did when we got into the LeBron Jordan argument. Maul, this is not a LeBron Jordan thing. Seriously. So, do you know what my Google searches looked like when I was trying to prove to Maul that LeBron was better? All my Google searches say, LeBron is the best player that ever lived. Explain why.
And all my Google searches say Jordan is the best player.
Right. Here, and listen, let's not go there. But what I'm telling you is, I had already made up my mind, and I went in search of any statistic, any fact that would point to my already made argument.
Absolutely.
And that's a dangerous place to be. Go for it.
Yeah. But here's the deal, though. What my mom was trying to get me to do was to look, Carl, at the real evidence. Not the evidence that I wanted to see. My mom, look at the real evidence. Did she call you back? Did she do this? Did she do that? And so I remember going through that situation. I was like, yo, I'm never going to go through it again. And my mom was like, yo, you can't be mad at yourself because you're a nice kid. You're a nice kid. Like, you ain't no hustler. You ain't trying to take advantage of her. You wasn't on that. You wasn't trying to sleep with her. And you was like really trying to get in a relationship. So my mom was like, yo, you can't be mad at yourself. But what you have to do now is that you have to understand that you are a nice person. So now, and I told Carl this, I was like, yo, Carl, bro, I ain't trying to be funny, but based on your character and like how you swing, you like literally are a nice dude. And you ain't from America. So you already, like, you screwed.
Double strike.
You feel me? Like, you ain't from America and you don't know about the hustle, and then you a nice guy. I was like, Carl, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. You're gonna have to put yourself in a situation where you're only gonna be with people who care for you and gonna look out for you. Other than that, you screwed. Like, I promise you, if you go out into that real world with them dogs, they're gonna kill you. And that's what my mom was trying to teach me. My mom was like, yo, E, the world is full of dogs. So number one, you have to know the motive of the person that you're getting this information from. Maul said God told him, right? So I was talking to Carl about, the move to California. And I was like, Carl, I'm gonna show you how I do this thing, Maul, with faith, right? So last time I checked, Maul, the word says, evidence, you should be a lender and not a borrower. You should be the head and not the tail, right? So everything I'm seeing, Maul, says I should be bi-coastal. If my girl is sick, you feel me? First of all, I shouldn't take that, but why can't you live in California? Why can't you be bi-coastal? So I told Carl, everything, I didn't make this up. Everything in the word told me I should be in California. I told Carl, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to believe that I should be there. The only way I'm not going to be there, Maul, is God is going to have to tell me no, because his evidence said I should be there. His evidence says that I go to prepare a place for you. I'm going to build mansions for you, that where I am, there you should be also. So as it is in heaven, it should also be on earth. So if he making mansions for me, Maul, in heaven, why should I be living poor on earth? It don't make sense. He said, so then I'm going to believe. So guess what I'm going to do? We're going to fly out to Cali. We're going to get a realtor. We're going to look for homes. If we find something, we're going to give them the earnest money. Then we're going to get the approval from a bank. I believe we're going to get the approval. We're going to move to CJ told me, bro, when you get your pool, don't get one dolphin, get two. You feel me? Get two dolphins. So what I'm saying, Maul, is number one, you have to consider the source. If it's God, you know he has nothing but your best interest at heart. If it's not God, then you should be running as far away from that joker as you can. And here's the third thing.
Wait, before you go to three, because I want to stop you there. Is somebody out there going, man, but I'm not hearing God's voice right now. Like but I am hearing my mama voice. I am hearing my brother, my cousin told me, and they got confusing voices because they're not hearing, it's not coming straight. They don't feel it from God. They're not getting the word on their own.
Okay, and if they're not getting it from God, all right, is it love? Because God is love. So if what your mama is telling you, your daddy telling you, your cousins, your mother, your brother, your sisters, if what they're telling you is going to put you in a good space, then whether you want to hear it or not, CJ, you still got to take the advice. If it's putting you in a good space. So like I tell Carl all the time, and I tell the church all the time, like, yo, do me a favor. I'm telling y'all like flat out, I don't care what nobody else tell y'all. As y'all shepherd, I'm telling y'all to follow me anywhere I go. The day I steer you wrong, go follow somebody else. But until the day I do you wrong, follow what I'm telling you to do. Don't listen to nobody else, because I'm talking to God. And not only that, I got your best interest at heart. I don't need anything from you, and I don't want anything from you. I just want to build a kingdom. So you follow me. Now, if anybody tells you not to follow me, then you better tell them to give you evidence of why you shouldn't be following me. Flat out. Like, I want you to show whoever it is, I don't care if it's your mom and daddy, I want you to show them evidence that since you've been rocking with me and doing exactly as I told you to do, that you see you prosperous, flat out. And I ain't hurt you and I ain't harm you. I'm just being real, Ma. I'm not playing no games when it come to that. If you following me, I ain't steered you wrong one time. As matter of fact, I have given you more of an advantage than you giving me. Yeah. I've looked out for you probably in a way you're not even gonna look out for me. So you gotta consider the source. And is the source, when you consider it, and you start doing what the source is telling you to do, Ma, is it improving your life or is it destroying your life? And that's where a lot of people go wrong, CJ. What I'm trying to tell you with number two is if you've already come to a conclusion, it means that you are emotionally driven. If you're not using facts, it means you're emotionally driven. Let me tell you something. Emotions are treacherous. Hey. You better hear what I told you. Go look the word up. Oh. Emotions are treacherous, bruh. Your emotions will take you all over the place with no evidence. So when we moved out here, it like Didi, like, let's look at the numbers. Maul said it. The numbers don't lie. How much is it? Can we afford two of them? What's the plan? So number two, there are people who you've already made a conclusion. And if you've already made a conclusion, it means that you're not listening to God. You're not listening to good wisdom and advice. What you listening to is your heart. And your heart, bro, is not your mind. Your heart is not your mind, right? So then watch this, Maul. So then once you start doing that, the third way you know if it's right or wrong is that if it's taking you in a positive direction, you know that it's right. If it's taking you in the wrong direction, I just need you to man up and just go, I already know I'm going ahead. Listen to me, bruh. CJ, how many times did Whitney go, crack?
Right.
I'm like, Whitney, come on. We could all see you on crack. What are you talking about? Now, you know everybody and their mama told Whitney she shouldn't be with Bobby Brown. But her heart was in it, bruh. I don't know what happened. I don't know what they did, but her heart got entangled into it. And then before we know it, now Whitney Houston is gone. Her daughter gone. Bruh, that's all we know. Both of them died the same way, and we know they got addicted to drugs, right? So I know her mama was telling her. I know the church was telling her. But once you get your heart in it, see, now you're not using real evidence no more. Now you're not going, well, Whitney Houston got to a point, y'all, where she couldn't sing. She lost her voice. She lost her literal voice, bro. The very gift that God gave her, she lost her voice. Whitney couldn't sing. Whitney was cracking.
Still couldn't see it.
And still couldn't see it. Whitney was weighing about 82 pounds and still couldn't see it.
Right.
But she could see it, see? But she had just gotten to a place where it was like,
came to a conclusion.
Yo, I already came to my conclusion. I know Bobby ain't right for me. I ain't stupid. I ain't dumb. But I love the drugs. You know, I love whatever the abuse is. I love it. She got to that point to where she died. She ain't here no more. So that third one, Ma, is you ain't stupid. You start seeing that you're going toward the opposite of your goals. You're not going toward what God has for you. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it's like, okay, move to Cali and keep my crib. You might say it's dumb, but all the scriptures say, Ma, I'm supposed to be the lender and not the borrower. Every scripture says I'm supposed to be helping kids to go to college. I'm supposed to be able to help people pay their mortgage. I'm supposed to be able to employ people. Now, the fact that you saying that that's not possible, you not here. Now you here. And so, again, the motive, who's the person that's telling you? What's their history? If God is telling you to do something, and I'm going to believe, Ma, that if I'm doing what his word tells me to do, Ma, why I got to keep asking him about his word when he already told me what his word said? Why I got to keep praying about his words? That don't even make sense. Why I got to keep asking God to confirm what he said in his word?
Yeah. So Maul, I want Maul to help me through this. Ian, I'm being like dumb devil's advocate
to
what you're saying.
No question.
But Maul's dad told him he could still go back to the police force. Like, is that somebody, Maul, like guided you your whole life? You get what I'm saying? Like, there's somebody that you trusted their input on your entire life. And here you are making different decisions. So in terms of this is a credible source who you could trust.
I'm all going back to the police next 2021. About to get his gun and his badge back out.
But you gotta remember, Carl, is that, and I learned this, man, like the older I get, I see it. People give you their belief, they give you from the level that they see things from the perspective that they see it from.
But what I'm asking E-Mall is, how do I tell the difference, though? Because it's still your dad, and his advice is correct for where he comes from.
I got my dad maybe telling me something. I got some of my old football coaches might say, hey, Jamal, you look like you could still get on the football field and still play ball. Even CJ told me a couple times I look like I can still play ball.
No, in the police league.
Exactly, 16 sacks in one game. Yeah, I still hold the record. See, I still hold the record.
I think he believed it. See, I think he still believes it.
I really do.
He does.
You know
he does.
Until that hip went out on me on the treadmill.
That hip. Yeah.
But it's
shout out to Organifi's Joint Cream, the official sponsor of the S2S podcast.
The Move Boy.
But it's about, Carl, it's not about, like I said, it's not about what other people believe for you. You know, it's about what you believe for you.
That's it.
Nobody knows, you know, and remember, what he was just talking about was God, right? Yes. God knows me. Yeah. God knows. Now, my parents and other people, friends, they might know of me, but they don't know me. Like God know me like intimate, like God might know me. God already knows.
But more, I just want to make sure, because as people listen, I want to make sure we're clear. But Carl, Maul is able to move with his father initially because he's young. So he's
that's good.
He's using his father's faith.
And
He's
direction.
using his father's,
Got it.
like, yo, go to the police, be a police officer.
That's good. I
You
got
feel
you.
me? Just like Steph Curry and his brother believed in their father. Lonzo Ball and his brother. Although everybody talking crazy, Lonzo Ball, you know what I'm saying? He believed, they sons believed in their dad.
And they
Now, it
that for
doesn't
another
mean, Carl,
podcast.
that Lonzo Ball doing everything his dad told him to do.
Yep.
But he believed like, yo, my father believes in me. You feel me? And right now my father is saying that, yo, you come on, Carl, think about it. If you tell your son to go to play in the NBA, you know that's not what he's going to be doing for the rest of his life. He can't be playing basketball at 40, 50, 60, 70. But remember what I said again. The persons that you listen to get started, you have to know that their motives are in the right place. So Carl, Maul's father heart was all about his boy. All he wanted is the best for his son. That's all he wanted. So we don't have to worry about necessarily every single detail. Okay, be police, go to this college. No, that's not what's important. What's important is that the person that you're following, their entire motive has to be for your best interest. You can't be with people who are like, yo, I'm telling you to do this because it's going to benefit me. I don't even care what happens to you. As long as I benefit, I don't care nothing about you. So his father was not only giving him advice, but it was from his heart. But guess what? His father didn't want anything from him. So Maul was able to, just like a child when they're born, they suck the breast of their mother to get that milk. But then as they grow and develop, then they can start doing things on their own. So we just got to be careful, Carl, that no, it's not your mom or your daddy. It is the motives, because some mothers and fathers don't have the best motive for their kid.
Facts.
Just because you're a mother or a father don't mean you got the best motives. So to Maul's point, you start off with your parents, but then once you know that now you got this connection, now at that point you can say, yo, mom, I don't need not that I don't need, it's not that I don't need, but now I can do it. There are things that CJ taught me that I had to go to CJ for and be like, see, I need this. But now I have been around C so long and I understand CJ so much that I can say to myself, what would C tell you to do in this point? Boom, and I can do it. So I don't have to rely on C. But the reason why I rely on CJ so much is because he never had a motive other than I'm going to make sure you taken care of, Didi taken care of, Jalen taken care of. There was never a time where he was like, I'm going to use y'all to get to where I want to get to. So when people look at our relationship, I didn't choose C just because he's talented. I chose C because I knew this boy care about my family like it's his. And because of those motives, y'all got to hear what I'm telling you. If you choose people whose motives are pure, Carl, man, everything else is going to take care. Like the methodology is going to take care of its place. But if you choose a person whose methods are wrong, whose motives are wrong, I don't care what else happens from that standpoint. Yeah. That thin line is no longer thin. Once you decide to go with your parent or God, and then you start going with people who have negative motives, at that point, Carl, it's over. Like everything from that point forth is just going to play itself out. Once Whitney Houston was like, I'm not listening to my mom no more. I'm not listening to church no more. Like, I'm going straight this route. It was at that point we began to see her decline to ultimately we saw her death.
So let me say, I just want to put a button on this because I don't want to take too much time today. But you always talk about order of operations, right? So we said first, if you hear from God, right? Like you've grown, try to listen to God's voice. If God is not coming through clearly, one of the things, when I asked you a long time ago, like I was like, yo, it seemed like talked to God like he's sitting next to him, you know? And I used to be like intimidated by that, you know, just to be real. Like, you know, y'all know me, I grew up Catholic. It's like, okay, you pray in the morning before you eat and at night, and you just kind of like let it go. But would be talking to God throughout the day. And I asked you know, yo, how do you hear God's voice? Like literally, like I pray and I feel like he showed me signs and stuff like that. I don't know if I've ever like heard him say like, yo, and he was like, yo, you doing too much. Like sit still. Like God comes to you when you still, when your mind is still. And so I was like, okay, cool, I got it. So as we're thinking and people are out there and they're listening and going, okay, I'm not hearing God's voice. Okay, cool. Nothing wrong with that. Sit still, I think, is the first piece of information he would give you. But after that, you go to the order of operations, right? So the order of operations, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. It's the way you do it. So if you start with God, then next, if you're not hearing from God, you go to the people who are properly informed and the people who have the correct motives. Yeah. See, like I could love my mom to life and she could have the right motives, but she's not properly informed on what to do as an entrepreneur. I don't know, that may not be the best move to be like, hey, Mom, you think we should start this solar company? You think we should, like, that? Again, she got great motives. She only wants the best for me as her son, but she's not properly informed. So please, God, number one. Number two, do they have the correct motives and are they properly informed? Do they love you? Do they want
can I say this, C? Can I say this? For those of you who are like, yo, I feel what C's saying about his mom. No. C is not saying because his mom is not informed about the methodology that she's not informed about her son.
Oh, correct.
You feel me? Don't go there, y'all. Don't go there. Don't bypass that. Because what C did do was at least go, well, I'm gonna put Eric, who I believe I can trust, but I ain't got no history with him, in front of my mom. Because his father, he already felt like I got the cosign from my dad. Now, my dad might not know entrepreneurship, but my dad, he know Carlos Quinney Jr.
Pops
like
no
don't
sweet
nobody
when
else
he
know
see
him.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Pops
no questions asked. He know what he see. So now we go to moms, and we sit at the table with moms, not necessarily for the methodology of how we're gonna do our business, but we go to mom so mom can feel my spirit. And mom can go, all right, let me tell you how I feel about him. You feel me? Now you make your own choices, but I'm gonna tell you if I feel that he's a good human or if he's not a good human. And I didn't get to be in that conversation when I left, but I do know that C continued to pursue me. So something happened where dad was like, full check, cosign. I saw him in action. Mom sat down and we talked. And mom said whatever she said, but as a father, but as a son, his mother and father both co-signed, hey, ET. And then after that, now I have to prove that I am who I said I am. So I just want to make sure people ain't going to bump my mama, bump my daddy. They ain't entrepreneurs.
No, not at all. Right. Not at all. Yeah. I'm saying, I would say more so than the information, the motive is the biggest thing, right? But also, if you, and again, I'm going through the order of operations, right?
Yeah.
So as we go, you say, all right, cool, I'm not hearing from God right now. Who do you trust most in your life? Who is also the most informed? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? That's probably your next step. Hey,
before we even go there, can we even see why, like, I'm interested in hearing this. Why wouldn't a person hear from God? Or how does a person...
Well, they wouldn't hear from God, Mark, because, like C said.
Well, you already draw your own conclusions. You don't need to hear from God. It's like people when they call me, Mark, they'll be like this. You know how many times I get this call? Hey, C, I've been speaking for 10 years. And guess what they proceed to tell me? How sweet they are, how much they accomplished, how they got everything figured out, how their website is the greatest, how their speeches are the greatest, how people love everything they say. And at the end, they be like, yo, what can you do to help me? I'm fam, what you need me for? Well, it sounds to me like you got everything figured out.
Well, I will say this, because I know somebody probably listening like, well, I don't hear from God. How do you person hear from God? I hear people say that a lot, but how do you actually hear from God? And I will say that, what you say, E?
Listen.
Oh, listen, right. I would say this, and I just want to throw this in. I started to hear from God more the more I studied the word. The more I read the word and understood the word and tattooed it to my memory, that's when I started to hear more from God. So just somebody listen. I just felt like I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, no question, Maul.
Yeah, no question.
Hey, I wanted to add one small piece to that, Maul, and simplify it. Like, you ain't that sweet. And what I mean by that is your good ideas ain't coming from you.
Yeah.
Like, so there's times where Marlon
or bad ones.
Well, right, that's facts, E.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, I'll sit down, see, and I'm sitting here, and there's just some idea or something that comes, and I'm like, you don't want to give God the credit for it, but I'm just saying that is hearing from God. You might not know it, so I'm telling people, don't make it this mystical thing like a cloud's open and you hear this voice. It ain't mystical. God inside of you, so you feel something. There's some idea that comes. That's God. But
I'm just saying, listen, Carl, you don't hear from him because you don't have a a 5-10 minute window a day where you just sit there and go, yo, God, tell me what your will is. He said,
not only that, again, why would you call on God or hear from
when
God
you already got
your
the
own conclusion?
You became your own God.
Yeah, and because you definitely don't want to hear God say no.
Watch yourself, Maul.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Maul, it's not that you're trying to be evil, because this is my new thing. I think the reason why people get beat because they like, I'm not evil. No, you're not. But the reason why we lie is because we know something is wrong with it, and we don't want to hear God tell the truth about it because we're not trying to let go of it. Like, we know it's wrong. We're not stupid. I wasn't stupid when my mother told me, yo, son, this girl don't love you. I'm not stupid, bruh. I know my mom ain't hating on me. My mom ain't, blocking like, you just don't want me to be with nobody. I knew my mother knew. Ma, I had never even been on that side of town. I grew up on 8 Mile. You feel me? Like, although we didn't live there our whole life, like most of my life, I grew up on 8 Mile, Los or whatever. I hadn't even been on that side of town, Ma. I knew when I would drive over there, I was nervous. You feel me? Like, I would be nervous driving on that side of town, not because anything was going to happen. It just wasn't familiar to me. And I knew that in their neighborhood, it wasn't the same economic class that we were where we came from. But I had gotten, I don't know what you call it, because I hadn't had sex with her, but puppy love or smitten, I don't know what it was. But I knew I was wrong when I was doing it, Mom.
Presex.
Yeah, right. I knew see what that word for me. I didn't know
that's
what
called
it was.
Presex.
Okay. So
It only happened in your head first.
you know what I'm saying? But I knew more when I would drive over there.
Can we name the podcast Presex, please?
Presex, yeah. I knew when I would drive over there, Ma, something was wrong because I never told my mother when I was going. I never told my mom, yo, Ma, I'm about to go over here to this girl's crib. I never told my mom that. I always did it in secret because I knew it was wrong, Ma. I knew it was wrong. I knew that there was a 50-50 chance nothing good would come out of it. But to my mother's credit, it wasn't until I drove by that house and I saw her with her boyfriend.
You saw the gift wrap. You saw the gift wrap.
I saw it, and I was like,
and the Amazon boxes.
Right.
Hey, let me ask this, y'all. Let me ask this, and it goes a slightly different direction. So I'm an entrepreneur, right? And I just want to have different categories so people can connect with it. How do I know? Because Maul, same thing. I got crazy faith, dude. If I just build this TV, couch, whatever, it's gonna change the world. I got crazy faith. What evidence? What am I using in that scenario to guide me?
Maul, please tell them the success that you was having. Like, I'm not saying you blew up, but kind of show that it ain't blind faith, Maul. Show that it's strategic faith. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, Carl, you want me to answer your question?
I mean, I'm just throwing it out again for the audience, to people to understand, because we talked about, your parents, and, I want to give categories so people understand it, because you hear people, Maul, that started a business and they've been doing it for 10 years and they're negative for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So crazy faith, okay, I'm gonna keep going because they're saying like God told me I'm supposed to be the head, not the tail. So this is the bit. You see what I'm saying? Like, where do I draw that line?
Like I said, that's why it goes back to knowing the word. Faith without works. Faith without works is dead. So you can have all the faith you want in the world, but if you ain't putting in the work, and I ain't talking about motion, I'm talking about actual work. Work that's leading to the thing that you're believing for. So, Carl, I think a lot of people, they just get stuck on, I believe. But if you hear about any of my stories, even when my son, I was actively doing things, working towards that vision that I had, working towards that belief that I had. And so I think, even with every business that I have, so a lot of people, bruh, they just stop. They don't know the word, so they do one part. I got faith, man. I've had faith for years. But what works? Are you putting in with that? And I think that sometimes that word works is just as important with faith. It's a recipe. It's a formula.
No question.
It's a formula. You can't have
works
one
give
part
you evidence.
What's that?
Works give you evidence.
Works give you the evidence that you're looking for that strengthens your faith along the journey.
Yeah. So we got vending machine money, Maul. That might not have been what we making now, but the vending machine told us, oh, this is working.
That's working.
The advantage. Yep. No, we weren't making no money. You got 200-300 kids coming to a program every week. We putting stuff up on YouTube, people watching it. It's showing us that it's working.
Can we just say that? Can we just say that? Can we just say, just take a look at it? Is it working? Can we just say, is it working?
Is it working?
I promise you, if it's working, I will shut my mouth.
Bro,
I will say, no, if it's working, I'm good. Hey, listen. Somebody told me, I'm gonna just be real.
If it ain't working, it ain't working.
So let me be transparent as I can be, right?
Yeah.
And E and I know somebody, and they got a different type of marriage, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably like whatever E and I got, it's the opposite, right? Again, and I don't mean like in a bad way. Nobody, being abused, nothing like that. But just the way they choose to run their stuff is completely different than the way I choose to run my marriage. But guess what? It's working.
Yeah.
It's working for her and it's working for him.
For him.
And I told E, I'm out. Because
who am I to say something? Who am I to say something?
Fam. Now, it ain't my recipe for success. If I tried that, I'd probably be on the curb right there.
Oh, so much so when my girl see it, she uncomfortable with it.
Right. But here go the thing. I see people who, quote unquote, doing it our way and get divorced anyway.
Absolutely.
So I promise you, I ain't got nothing to say. As long as
if it's working, it's working, bro.
If it's working.
If it's working, it's working.
So can we just resort back to that for those of you who struggling like, I don't know, I'm getting this info. Is it working?
If
it ain't working, cool.
And
try
I mean
something
evidence that it ain't working. So when people tell me, Jesus is just a prophet, I'm like, yo, I'm not mad at you. But I can't go with that. He said he was and did he heal folk? I can't go with he was just a prophet boy. I'm not mad, but I'm telling you what he said he was, and I'm telling you all the miracles he did. So, and so to C's point, our thing is, if you're listening to this podcast, all we're asking you to do is believe. But at the point where it's not working, stop believing. If it's not working, how far are you going to have to go before you hit rock bottom? Like, how far are you going to have to go? And believe it or not, CJ and I we sat down early in the game and we had some benchmarks of, yo, bro, if it don't do this, we're going to have to abandon ship. And I'm telling you, every time we thought about abandoning ship, we kept seeing success, bro.
More evidence.
We kept seeing like, ooh, more evidence that it's working. Ooh, more evidence that it's working. And then when Carl and I put the TGIM up and people start 100 this week, 300 next week, 1,000 next week, we was like, ooh, we get evidence.
It's working.
It
ain't even got to be big. Is it working?
Yeah.
Is it working?
No, we never said we was making no money. We just said people was responding to it and people was wanting it. So what we're saying to you is if you're doing something and it's not working, stop lying. The work is the evidence. If it's working, you keep doing it. If it's not working, you don't keep going further and further down a dark hole and keep believing. Now, optimism is a dangerous thing when you hope that something's going to work that's not working. That's a dangerous thing. But when you put your hope in something that's working, bruh, you can keep hoping all you want to.
We got to remember that when you're talking about if it's working or not, you got to do the work in order to even see if it's working or not. Some of y'all ain't even putting in the work, and he ain't so you're literally stopping this thing. This thing could possibly work for you, but you're not putting in the work, the initial work to gain the evidence that you need. It's like you can almost tell how much faith a person actually has in something or belief in something by how much work they actually put into it.
So do me a favor. Those of you who really working, don't miss what CJ said. If you really working, you putting in the work, you're not playing games, and you have a board of advisors, do what the board of advisors tell you to do or don't have them. Like, don't play games with your board of advisors. If your board of advisors tell you, Ma told me, get in the real estate game. I'm like, yo, Ma, I ain't had no, look at me, I've been doing this forever. I can coach you through it.
Yeah.
Bingo. Okay, my board of advisor told me to do it. CJ was like, I think you really need to consider it. Okay, all right, now my board of advisors are telling me to do it. If my board of advisors are telling me, hey, let that person, C has told me on multiple occasions, hey, I ain't trying to disrespect you, and I know you hear from God, but right now you in your emotion. There's no way you're going to tell me that individual you trying to hire is going to be a fit for us, You're not thinking, we got to pay this person for the next 30 years, E. All you thinking about right now is the next 30 days. No, E, do not hire them. I'm like, all right, cool, I got you. Now, was I happy with what CJ told me? No, I wasn't happy at all. You know, there's some things he told me to do as a father that I'm like, yo, C, there's no way you're going to tell me to do that, bruh. Like, I'm not stupid. I see what's happening. See, like, sit your butt down. Do not say that. Do not do that. Let this thing play itself out. C would coach me. And it's just like, even though I didn't like what CJ would say sometimes, Maul, I heard God saying, do not have an advisor if you're not going to listen to him. If you're going to do whatever you want to do when you want to do it, don't have advisors. So I'm telling y'all, there are those of you out there who are entrepreneurs. You are, one, listening to the wrong people. You listen to people who are not successful in any area. They don't have any evidence of success. And then there are people who have success. Listen to me. I'm going to say it again one more time. You should not get constructive criticism from someone who's never constructed, right? If they haven't constructed in that area, she said it, I love my mom to life. My mom worked at 9 to 5. She's not an entrepreneur. It doesn't mean she's not smart. It doesn't mean she can't give me information. She just can't give me none about entrepreneurship because she's never done it, right? So I'll take advice on a whole lot of other stuff from her. So don't take advice from people who have a motive that's not pure or who have never done a thing because they can't help you. And then if you've been fortunate enough, and you better hear me, in the spirit of the living God, you better hear what I'm telling you. If you've been fortunate enough to find yourself in a community of people who have wisdom and who love you, I'll say it again.
Come on.
If you are blessed enough on this earth
to
get with a group of people who love you and care for you and who are giving you sound information, you would be a fool not to do exactly as they tell you to do.
Hey, I want to put a tangible on that, E. I promise y'all, the story is simple. We are literally, and I don't know if I ever shared this, of course y'all know, but we're in a transition phase. Let me say it like that. I'm literally moving stuff out of my house that we're renting. We have to get out of this house. This is Friday, Maul. We have to get out of this house by Monday. And Didi calls me and says, y'all need to come look at this house. And we laughed about this with Didi and I talk now to this day, but I'm like, Didi, I was so pissed when you called me. I'm in the mall. I am lifting my furniture and putting it in storage. And it's a hot summer day, and Didi's calling me saying, hey, drop what you're doing and come look at a house. I'm like, Didi, if you don't go somewhere, like I have to figure out somewhere for my family to live. I don't even care what you're looking at right now. It'll take 30 days to close. I got to find somewhere for my family to live now. I'm moving furniture. I ain't coming to look at no house. And she's like, no, you're not hearing what I'm saying. Stop what you're doing and come now. Maul, this is the experience. I'm going to share it for people to understand. I walked into the house. I'm obedient. I ain't going. And Tamisha's with Didi, mind you. Tamisha and Didi are together. So I walk into the house, and the very, very first thing I see, Maul, out the back door is a Thomas the Train swing set. Anybody that's been following us know that my son was hooked on Thomas, bro. Hooked. So you're talking about like evidence. Maul, my bank account did not have the money to pay for no house. But I walked into that door and I saw Thomas the Train swing set, and right there and then, I'm talking about me and God had a fight. I'm like, God, I'm in tears. Like, I don't even know what was going on around, who was in the house. I just remember turning to God and I was like, yo, don't play with me. Like, don't play me like that. Like, you know that this is something close to my kid's heart. We walking in here seeing this, and fast forward, of course, that's the house that we've been living in for 6 years now.
And the house that he was renting, let's just say, Ma, everything wasn't going as planned, and he don't know that he couldn't have lived in that house anyway, even though he was doing what he was supposed to do.
Facts.
Listen to what I'm telling you, Ma. Even though he was doing what he was supposed to do, he didn't know on the back end. Let me just say that had he continued to pay, he would have had to get out anyway in a little while.
So watch this, Maul, and I want to stretch it so people can hear and see the process. Watch this. So now y'all saw me put a photo up a couple of months ago about a house in Cali. Now I'm interviewing my brother. Listen, I interviewed my family. I'm asking my mom, my dad, like, yo, what y'all think about Cali? Like, I'm asking questions to everybody, Ma. I'm doing my research right now, Ma. Y'all heard me talk about a house a couple months ago. I'm in Cali sitting right now for the last 3 weeks. Like I'm taking each step, and I'm just trying to paint it slow. Like I'm not. Listen to what I'm saying. The same process. Houses in Cali ain't cost what the houses in Michigan cost. I do not have in my bank account right now what I need to. You get where I'm going? But guess what? This is a familiar place.
Yep.
This is a familiar place. It sounds crazy, don't it? I'm out here and I'm looking at stuff. I'm talking to a realtor and I have no budget. I ain't got the budget to do this, but I have been here before and I trusted somebody before. I trusted somebody and now I got a house in Michigan that we love. It's my family home, right? That we love.
Even Carl, look at the progression though. You went from moving out of a crazy little tiny apartment into that. Now you sitting in an Airbnb in Cali the last 3 weeks that you paid for with your whole family. And you see what I'm saying? So even in that, the evidence is crazy in terms of where you're making the decision from.
Yep.
Now you talking about multi-millions as opposed to before talking about hundreds of thousands. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy.
And I'm not operating, again, I want to stress it. I'm not operating on what I'm seeing, Ma, because I go look at my account now and I go to a realtor now, they'll be like, Negro, go somewhere. Like, no. But I'm not operating out of that. I'm operating on what he said. Like, I know I have enough evidence that if this is what we want, it's going to happen. I just got to follow the steps. I'm just following the steps. So I want people to hear and understand.
Whose bank account did you use the last time when you ain't have a bank account? Whose bank account did you use?
That's a podcast by itself, E. That's a whole podcast by itself.
I'm just saying, Cap, though, Ma. I'm just saying, whose did you use before? And what's the difference between, do you mean to tell me that God can do hundreds, but he can't do millions? Is his bank account, you feel me? So my thing, Maul, is, if he did it before, it's not, I don't even need as much faith as I need the second time as I need the first time, Maul.
Facts.
But I will say this to those of you, just do me a huge favor. Give me 3 not works. Give me 3 not works. Give me 3 not works and abandon ship, flat out. Okay, give me 3 not works and go to your advisor. And if your advisor tell you abandon ship. But give me 3. Don't put yourself in a situation where you wake up one day, either you dead in jail or you didn't hit rock bottom. And now you like, okay, I get it. Don't waste your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Don't do that. Don't do that. At a young age, count your loss. At a young age, Ma, just go, you know what? Hey, I didn't trust the right people. I didn't listen to the right people. It's not working. Let me abandon ship. Don't be the person that goes, nope, I gotta prove something. You feel me? I got this pride and I gotta prove something. Don't do it. I've had some very uncomfortable conversations with CJ. He was right. I was wrong. And I remember the very first time we talked and I didn't respond the right way. And C was saying, E, please do me a favor, bro. What is the best way for a pitcher who threw a grand slam in a playoff game and they lost the game? What's the best thing for that pitcher? And I was like, I don't know. He was like, it's not to soak. It's to go practice with your pitching coach, go sit down with your coach, your manager, figure out what you did wrong, and then get back on the mound. Get back on the mound fresh. Get back on the mound ready to start. So I'm telling y'all, you do not have to go down the negative path because you're on it. Because I get it. There are a lot of you who have made some, like C said, you was on the wrong side of it. And now you kind of just like, yo, bro, the embarrassment, the whatever. You kind of like, yo, I've gone this way for a while. I don't even know where to start. It's over.
Yeah.
Oh, can I say it again, Ma? Yeah. If you're trying to figure out where to start over. That's where you start. Start over. But whatever you do, you know it's not working. Do not continue to do what's not working for the sake of your pride. Start over. And that's what C taught me. Yo, E, I know you embarrassed. I know sometimes you go with your heart over your head, and it's caused us, some challenges as a company in terms of like business savvy. But just do me a favor, E. And again, I had to do this. Don't bring nobody into this company until they go through me first. You know how embarrassing that is, Ma? I'm a grown man. You gonna tell me that I can't, it's my company as much as it's your company. What do you mean? I gotta tell you, but guess what I realized though, Ma? The evidence C wasn't saying what he was saying because he was trying to big me. He was trying to big up me. He was trying to dog me. He was saying, E, the evidence shows you don't know how to recruit. The evidence shows that you pick people with your heart and not your head, E. This a business, bruh. We can't keep taking these hits, E. So from now on, do me a favor. If me and you gonna rock together, I am better than you. I'm not a better human than you.
No.
I never said I was a better person than you, but I am a better recruiter. I'm a better judger of people than you are. So do me a favor. Don't recruit no more. Bring them jokers through me first. And I'm telling you, Ma, what it hurt. It hurt. And I even played with a couple people, Ma. I even entertained a couple people. And it was just like, nope, don't do it, E. Don't even do it. Leave it alone. And so, yeah, for real, y'all, start. If you're looking for a place to start over.
Oh, man. And if you're looking for a place to start getting healthy, look to Organifi.com. All right. Organifi, the superfood green juice powder, keeping the podcast powered throughout 2020 and on into 21.
All of 2021.
All right.
Oh, 2021.
Go to Organifi.com, Organifi.com, promo code SUCCESS. All right. You're going to get 20% off your order. Go do it now. Do it now. Also, man, as always, this title sponsor, Make Real Estate Real. Ma, I know y'all got some crazy stuff going on right now with Make Real Estate Real. Listen, man, shout out to everybody. I see the book, man, is landing on doorsteps. Shout out to everybody who was patient. USPS, we had them joints in the USPS. Ma flew down here, and let me tell you something. E, you soft, dog. Ma came down here and signed about 5,000 books in 2 days. He used to be like, man, my hand, I ain't got no pen. But Mark came down here and knocked it out, man. We got it done. We got it to USPS in time for guaranteed Christmas delivery. I know that didn't work for everybody, but man, people now, I see people every day, packages showing up at the doorstep. The book is incredible. Ma, I know you got Make Real Estate Real Alumni Association popping off. Me and E jumped on that call the other day. Just fire. Crazy fire. Tell us what's going on with Make Real Estate Real, bro.
Man, Make Real Estate Real is just growing, bro. We got over 5,000 members.
Yeah.
You know, you talking about people that's just, man, let me tell you something, man. And I'm going to just say this, y'all. Yeah. Man, I was a police officer. E, I don't know if you could, because, bro, it's been so long since you had a job, man.
Right.
I was a police officer, man. I was a police officer, Carl. And now, man, I'm sitting here, bro, and I'm teaching.
I'm sitting in the nightclub at my house.
I had this while I was a police officer. But I'm able to, it's such I get way more just gratitude internally when I'm able to show people, man, and see them now be blessed by it. It feels so much better when I hear about other people wins, and victories than it does for me. I done bought over 100 properties. I don't feel that no more, E, when I'm buying a property, right? I don't feel like that because, okay, cool, it's another property for me. I done got so many now to the point where it's like, okay, it's not going to make a real difference in my family's life at this point. But when I see that person, man, that's working at 9 to 5 and they just like, Jamal, man, I just bought my first property. This income is going to, man, be able to do this for my children. Man, I'm in tears, bruh. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm in tears, man. And so, we with alumni, we got it. So when you go through Make Real Estate Real, you can become part of this elite group called the Alumni Association. These are people that's all went through the course. And we just gave some phenomenal news. And
don't say it. You can say it, yeah.
I can say it. Okay, cool.
Let's go, man.
So I was asking myself, and I think one time I was talking to E or hearing E speaking, I was talking to C, and I'm like, man, what's stopping people? Even talking with crowds, like, man, what's stopping people from pulling the trigger? Here it is. We created the blueprint, gave you all the information. Not only gave you the information, but also even put you in place with the team or showed you how your team should look like. What's stopping a person from pulling the trigger? And then the number one thing, and E, it was crazy, E, because you didn't even know that I was already like doing this assessment. And then you said on the call, what's stopping you? What's stopping? And you told everybody to put it in the chat, E. You was like, put in the chat, what's stopping you from pulling the trigger? And the number one thing that was popping up was the fact that people don't have that down payment money. And when I thought about it, I was like, why don't they have the down payment money? And I had to get away from my millionaire status, and I had to go back to the 9 to 5 status. And I was like, bro, because your job only give you enough money to pay your bills for the next week. into the next paycheck. So then I was already thinking to myself, like, man, like, how would it bless people if we created something, if we created a down payment assistance program where we giving you the money to put down on the property now? Giving you the money. Of course, it's reimbursement now. I ain't just giving you the money now. This ain't 9 to 5 million and we ain't at the billionaire status yet. Right. But if we loaned you the money that you can use to put down on your property, right? And then now, and the way how I make real estate real, we got it where, crazy. It's a formula on the type of property you buy, so you're able to refinance, pull your money back out, and then that way you can pay back the down payment. But now there's no thing that should get in your way from stopping you now from getting that property now, because we're going to give you the money to put down on your property. And so that's what we're doing if you part of Make Real Estate Real alumni. And that's for anybody, bruh. For anybody.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. And, what a blessing it is. And, we've been fortunate enough to have some reserves, and E even called like, yo, with the church, we got some, we got money, we got things, we want to definitely pour into people, invest, things of that nature. And so just perfect timing, man. So makerealestatereal.com. Go there already, man. What a way to start off, 21 with just some new information, with, just a new leash on life, man, and getting that financial independence so that you can go from, like Carl, pondering a couple $100,000 cribs to a couple $1 million cribs in a few short years, man. So, hey, Mark, can we see they show them the night move, man, so we can see the nightclub? You know what I'm saying? You trying to
get out the way?
We see the glow.
Get out the way.
Yeah, get up. Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I ain't been there in a while, so I miss it. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me see. I got a pinball video. But no, hey. Turn the camera so we can see the bar light up.
Hey, I had to go buy lights so I could make my little room look decent. Maul got the lights like built in.
Like this is this is upstairs in the crib. Wow, yeah. Oh yeah, in the nighttime, the whole thing light up. The speakers everywhere.
We're gonna have to do a podcast at night.
Yeah,
no
night
doubt.
edition.
No doubt.
Just
the
to
Quiet
show it.
Storm edition.
Yeah. Nah. So again, man, makerealestatereal.com. Make sure y'all go ASAP, get your 21 started off right. And also, man, 9to5millionaire.com. Go get the book, the workbook. It is going crazy right now.
Hey, bro, let me say this, man. I sent you a picture the other day, where I'm seeing so many people that's doing. I used to read books in the hole, right? I talk about the hole all the time. When you got that downtime, I used to read books in the hole, and now people are sending me pictures of them reading my book in the hole. Bro, we just got a picture. I just got a picture of a pilot. Pilot, bro. An airline pilot. I'll put it up on the pocket.
Wow.
He's in the cockpit now. Now, granted, the plane didn't take off yet, but he's in there and he just sent the picture, man.
No question.
And and I'm just like, bro, just
on his downtime, not while he's flying.
Oh, bro, just look at God, man. It's just amazing, man. It's just amazing, man. So you never know. So anybody that's going through whatever, you went through whatever in 2020, 2019, God, you went through that for a reason. You went through that for a reason, and then now somebody else is going to be blessed off of what you went through and how you came out of it.
That's the key, though, Maul. You got to come out of it.
You got to come out of it.
Got to come out of it. It can't be a testimony if you're still taking the test.
Hey, Carl, I just sent you a couple of the pictures that Moss sent me. I was blew out, man. He talked about it, and put them up on the screen if you can. In the meantime, man, New Year's Eve, dog. It's New Year's Eve. So, anybody got anything fun y'all doing with the fam? I know, traditions. Some people do the black eyed peas and
yes, sir, with the greens, the collard greens. Now, I always ask my wife this though. We do it every year, Ma, and I used to say to her, I think it's a Southern superstition, but we do make more money every year when we do it. So the evidence. But I asked her the other day, though, Ma, I was like, now what's the sweet potatoes? I'm saying the candy you have to the macaroni and cheese. Like, where's that? Said, I don't know about, I know what the greens and the black eyed peas stand for, but I don't really know what the mac and cheese does. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but we can't wash on the 31st. You got to wash all your clothes before then because you'll wash somebody out your life. You can't buy me any shoes.
What's that?
I ain't never heard that before.
Yeah, so we don't wash in our house on the 31st. the first. You don't wash clothes because you'll wash somebody out your life, and then you don't get nobody.
Oh no, I'm a wash then. I might need I need a couple people gone.
Oh no, make sure you get their clothes though.
Oh,
don't wash
okay.
yours and Candace's.
Oh no. I'm gonna
go get theirs.
You got a shirt I could borrow?
Yeah, get the homie shirt and wash that. And then shoes, Ma. You can't get them shoes during a certain time frame because they'll walk out your life. Yeah, it's some southern stuff, bro. Stevie Wonder says, superstition is the way. When you're doing things you don't understand, Ma, it's superstition.
So anybody else got any?
Shoot, we used to do watch night, Ma. Did y'all used to do watch night?
Yeah. We used to do watch night all the time.
We won't be able to do that though this year because of the COVID. So
yeah, we're gonna be up in the club.
Oh yeah, there go my man. Ooh, look at that. Getting ready to fly the plane.
It's that Spirit of Frontier. That Spirit Airline.
Crazy.
But just to see that, man.
Might be more private jet. You know what I'm saying? It might be more pilot. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, whoever that pilot is, I'd love to know if he do fly private. We definitely need to
shout out to him.
Man.
Congratulations, Ma.
There should be another one too, Carl. I think with my man Face on it.
Brother. Appreciate you.
I'm pulling it up now. See.
Oh, there. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, shout out to my man. What's his name? Joel. Oh yeah, Joel Montoya. He said, going into 2021, I'm learning from some amazing people and building wealth, living the life I've envisioned, having a phenomenal marriage and breaking generational curses. Much love, all of you. So shout out to him. Maul, what you got up for New Year's Eve, brother?
Man, of course, Pop's making that yumbo. So we're going to eat that, get that. Oh, man. Hey, bro, that's like $1,000 pot right there, bro. It'd be so much stuff up in that bed, fellas, bro.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do that, man. I got my, my family here. Vontrell is back in town.
Vontrell coming up?
Yeah, Vontrell is here, man. They won a bowl game, Liberty. It was, exciting game in overtime, bro. So, yeah, Vontrell is here. And, man, we just going to celebrate, man. We're going to be up here in the nightclub, bro. We're going to do the countdown. I got my children. I got my bride. And we just going to, bring in the new year, bro. We just go, what's this? Oh, yeah, that's my man right there.
Yeah, shout out to my man, yep.
Wow.
Look at that, holding the book.
Big time.
Unbelievable.
Carl, what you doing?
Man, I'm telling y'all, after Jordan's little hookup last night,
Shindig.
it's all out, bro. My man said, I guess his cousin's been telling him about this breakfast spot here. So breakfast, we gotta do something specific for breakfast. He got introduced to this pizza. What's it called? Mod's Pizza. He want that for lunch. And my man want Chipotle for dinner. That was his 3 requests.
What a man better get. What a mighty good man.
No, man, but for real, I'm just going to be intentional about celebrating my son, man. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like just watching that impact. Yeah, that's
good for you,
Carl. That's the goal. As we transition to New Year, man, just pouring into him. And then, again, like the whole family here, my parents, my brother, so just loving on family, man. That's no traditions. I ain't got no superstitions going on over here. We just going to eat and chill.
Good.
No, same here, man. I got the squad, man. We just going to chill, man. We already got the menu laid out, man. Got some ribeyes,
Oh.
We're going to go crazy. So I'm looking forward to it, man. And then, of course, I'm going to watch football on New Year's Day. You got Clemson, Ohio State, Bama, Notre Dame. Should be some good football on. So
should be good.
I'm going to check that out, man, and just relax, man. Actually, when I finish here with the podcast, I'm done. What's today? Wednesday? Tuesday? I don't know what today is. It's Wednesday. So tomorrow's New Year's Eve? Dang, yep. So tomorrow's New Year's Eve. I'm done. I'm officially taking the rest of the year off.
See, look at this. Look in the background, bro. Oh, look on top of my bar.
I know. I see that cat.
Bruh, these cats, man, they be.
I saw him walk through. You
didn't see what she said?
Look at that.
She said he done for the year.
I'm done for the year. That's
done
it.
For the year.
Don't call me, none of y'all. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I don't want to speak to y'all.
We didn't talk about how many texts I had for Christmas.
He had about 4,000. So he kept sending me screenshots throughout the day. The boy had about 4,000. Merry Christmas text. And I'm saying, how do you respond to all them? Can you put an auto responder on? Just say Merry Christmas to you too. Look at the cat.
Hey, Carl, I didn't really respond to a lot of people on the day. I was like, I'm not gonna make my day about that.
Responding to
text.
But
the next day, I got up early in the morning, got a break, and just voice memoed them out.
Yeah. Hey, Dog, you too big to have that little cat, dog. Get a dog.
That's
Get
for
a
his
dog.
kids. That's for his daughters.
Little princess, man.
Was that the $4,000 cat or was it $10,000 cat?
Right, so big, man.
Get the dog. Get it.
He didn't hear what I said, CJ.
Huh?
Is that the $10,000 cat?
Oh, no, only 3,000.
Boys got money. Hey, listen, man.
Boys got money.
Any New Year's resolutions? I know we don't really do, you know.
I promise to keep going as I did in 2020.
Yeah.
Hey, I would say set goals that's going to change your life. Stop setting them goals that's just feel-good goals. You know what I'm saying? If your goals, when you write down or if you already wrote down whatever your New Year's resolutions is, make sure, write a line next to each one. Is it crazy or not? Every single resolution that I make, and I don't make New Year's resolutions, I make life resolutions, but it has to be crazy. You ain't got time no more to be playing around. Life is too short. You don't know what's going to happen in life, but make sure that the goals you write down, make sure it's crazy and that it's not only going to change your life, but it's going to change everybody else's life that's connected to you.
I say, bro, the collateral damage, see, like if you know you got to abandon ship, do it before
early.
Do it in warm-ups. Do it in warm-ups, y'all. Like don't do it. You know what I'm saying, Maul? Don't wait till the second quarter to be like, all right, I knew I should have done that first quarter. Don't do that. As soon as you know you need to abandon ship, go ahead and abandon ship. Like don't wait till the fourth quarter. Don't wait till you down by 50. You knew you should have took the quarterback out in the beginning. He threw the first interception. You saw it. You don't wait for the fourth interception to pull my man out and then bring in the backup, and he got to be down 28-0.
Are you available to coach the Lions next year? Bro, the Lions so sorry. But we did beat the Bears, though.
Just let it go,
The Bears are in the hunt for the playoffs.
Yeah, and easing the hump. Hey, and easing the hump for Presex. Neither one of them gonna happen.
Should have listened to my mama.
Happy New Year, y'all.
Hey, man.
Mama used to say.
Y'all
that's why I told you, Mom.
Happy New
that's
Year.
why I love y'all. That's why I love the podcast listeners so much. I know that's a oop for C forever now. But I love y'all enough to take the air.
Presex. I love it. Yeah. Listen, hopefully y'all ain't had the kiddos back listening yet. We love y'all. Hey, man, be safe. Enjoy the family. Be safe for real, man. Hopefully, again, the goal of this podcast is to bring y'all some information. Hopefully, just lighten the mood for you. So, like I said, I stuck to my word. We weren't sure. This was a crazy week, but everybody else was putting up the best of and taking vacations, and we right here, man, trying to serve our constituents.
When I tell y'all we love y'all. They love you to put up with me, but when I tell y'all, oh man, somebody try to make sure y'all didn't get this.
Oh yeah, no question.
Y'all blessed.
We here, so
we here.
Hey, we hold on. We love you. We'll see you next year.
Next week.
Let's go.
Next
year and next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul.